All right, good morning. We are taking a look at the SPY right away at the daily chart. I posted this in the chat room. We got two anchored VWAPs. One coming from, what is this one? This is the so January high. That's coming in here. It's purple, and then from what is this February high. So sitting right on it. She's about an hour or so ago. She was struggling to get above this trend line here, which is from the all-time high that we broke, but you can see that it's still influencing. But we're poking out right now. It's a little bit after 9. Uptrend rate from here, kind of hard to figure out. I mean, we're up, well, no, we're flat this morning, basically, yeah. So a little bit down, but essentially flat from this morning or yesterday, but I would say it's looking pretty bullish. I mean, it's only Wednesday, so maybe we can get above 400. 400 is really going to be, yeah, 401, 402. Then you really don't have much to get in the way until, you know, once we get to the top here, maybe. Obviously, there might be something else in here from this high in February. But yeah, above 400, 402, things start to look pretty good. Obviously, there'd be this probably a little bit of resistance here. They go over the high of this formation. I didn't even put this one in yet, so that's probably, yeah, there you go. So there's another one to worry about. Q's a little bit weaker this morning, but not by much. Starting to. So this is where we can get the juice, right? So if we can get over 414 with the Q's, coming to the top of the Keltner channel, so probably gonna have some resistance today. Is there anything? Let's see if this is something here. This might be something. Nope. Yeah, that might be something there. It's, you know, it's just touching the top of the Keltner channel. It's fine. But let's check the uptrend here. It's pretty steep. It was clean right here. Still holding on to it, I think. It wasn't until about this morning. Notice how it bounced right off the anchored monthly anchored VWAP. So is this one? Yeah, but she's good there. She's lost this one, but she's good on coming up off this one. So she's still got some support coming up. That's nice. RSI trend. What do we got? That might be keeping a lid on it. Yeah, she's got a while before she can. But we're getting, yeah, things are starting to look decent for the Qs. SPY. Diamonds are, oh, so SPY's flat, diamonds, yeah, double top weakening. Not looking good. Bio booms. They reported nice, solid earnings, but you can see anchored VWAP just keeps a lid right on it. Anybody else have anything nice to talk about? Not really. A lot of Q1, end of Q1 partnerships are being canceled. Esperian's having issues. So basically, all these big companies just don't want to be paying out anymore, and they know these guys are going to have issues getting money. They're either have to raise money through dilution, or they're, you know, banking with smaller speculative names is going to be an issue right now, obviously, considering the environment there. So they know they can cancel these things, that they don't want to put money into it right now. It's a lot of like gene therapies, anything that requires huge milestone payments. Sangamo was supposed to deliver, was it like 3 or 4? It might have been up to like 5 if you had both partnerships. I think by July they were going to deliver a bunch of preclinical programs to some big names, and they're basically just dropping them because they just don't want to pay it, because it's going to be, you deliver that many potential products, they're going to be paying hundreds of millions of dollars out to smaller companies, and they don't want to do it. They just canceled it, and they know they're not really going to be worrying about those programs coming back to nip them, because now it's going to be up to the company to either do it themselves or find a partner. Now, other partners might be able to get it on the cheap, but at the same time, they might just be waiting themselves. I mean, like, there's going to be a lot of teams. There's going to be a lot of companies that are just going to be sitting on things for a while and seeing how, I guess, the landscape going forward on the more speculative gene, cell therapies, cutting edge stuff. Alright, so what am I going to do here? Nobody really going on. These are a bunch of winners from yesterday. How's Exact looking? She's strong. Starting to bleed through a little bit, but if she comes back down the buy threshold, she's another one to grab again. I'm waiting for this one. I think I gotta wait for this, because this is what's the, I mean, this accelerated to get down here and obviously got us down to this depth, but I mean, maybe I could grab some now if I mean, obviously I still believe in it, but she's just rolling off this. See how she just sits right on top of it for a while? It's all just computers and video games. Just gotta wait for the video game to show you. If you play video games and it's the computer, the game has a script it needs to follow. And if you're paying attention, there's a right time to do certain things in a game, right? You play Frogger or something like that. There's the optimum times to jump across, right? And everything just lines up and it's just whoop, right across, no problems. And there's some other times where you can get across, but it's going to require going forward and back, and and then sometimes where it's the worst time to go. And there might be one split second where it does look good, but the rest of the time it's just a trap and you're not going to make it. So we got to make sure, like, I mean, right now, I don't know, I doubt it's going to go any lower, really, because it's selling cheaper than its current prices are for what they have the indication in the United States. So even if Daiichi's completely done with them, what they're selling as Esperion is worth the company right now, in my opinion. So now they also need money, so the dilution, so it's just, the point is that buying really anything cheaper than this, even after dilution, long term is not a bad deal. And if they have to cancel their, because they can terminate that partnership. So if they want to, I don't think that would cost Esperion anything if there's any breach. So right now, Bioboom, not really looking at any of those guys. Like I said, maybe Esperion, and then there's a few other names in there that might be worthy of looking at today, but yeah, I don't want to touch any of those guys right now. Why is Horizon even down a cent? I'm getting bought out. Could be an easy way to make some money there. Unless there's some sort of grumbling that's not going to happen. Not much. Maybe I would probably look. These guys look solid. I'm gonna keep accumulating OGN, J&J, and Pfizer, even Triple M. Triple 3M. MDT. She's coming off the bottom. Nice. Got double bottom setup. She's about to poke. Oh yeah, look at that. She's poking out a little bit. Looks beautiful. Shiny, shiny paint. She's been on a rip. We grabbed that at a good price, and looks like, yeah, she's looking good. GSK is another one to keep an eye on. She's getting above that anchored VWAP. Very nice. So maybe there. ABT is another one I'm looking at. Did she break this acceleration yet? Poked out. Oh, she's right on it, really. We can wait a little bit longer for ABT if we need to. It's a decent price. CVS. She broke one yesterday. Yeah, the day before. Still gotta wait for this one. Because now, I mean, this gap here, it's like, you know, she's grinding this way, right? But then she can easily roll down, even come down to like around 70 or so on some stupid news or just weakness, and then eventually kind of grind out down here. So I'm being patient. I like the idea of getting CVS even cheaper. It's a good name to buy on the sector's weakness. She's got a while before she gets to here, but this kind of bullish divergence, see, like this is one of the ones I'd like to look for with the RSI. So you get a lower share price, right? So it's slightly lower. It's kind of a double bottom setup, but right. So here, but this is slightly lower. So that's 151, 40-ish, and this is 150, 75-ish, right? So this candle's ends up being lower than this one, right? But then if you look at the RSIs, this is a lower RSI, so we're seeing a weaker share price, stronger RSI. And once you, I mean, we're not out of the woods yet, but once you start to see it respond to that, like a nice little tail here or shadow, and you can start seeing it's getting bid up. Now it's struggled to get through this downtrend ray, but she's out of it now. But once you kind of see it get above the high of the formation, but she's sitting right. Oh, come on, really? You're gonna give me this? So once you get kind of out of the high of the formation, which would be like around 157 area, that's where you should start seeing a solid move up. And if she stays this way, the Keltner channels at least start to flatten out, and then over a few days as she runs up, you'll see the Keltner channel at least probably get to around the anchored VWAP, and that's probably where they'll have some resistance, especially because you can see there should be some resistance here, which was once support, now resistance, coming in on that. So 161. So there's an opportunity to get some, yeah, probably between these two areas is probably your optimum between levels. And if you want cash, I mean, you got some cash sitting around, you want to put in something that the whole world would have to come to an end for it not to exist and be a solid company, then yeah, go ahead. She kind of already retested it yesterday, so it'll be interesting. She's got some space down here to obviously keep grinding down, but she's got some space on this RSI trend, so well, look at that move. Anyway, we're getting close to the market opening up. I apologize for these late videos, but I'm just these mornings where I'm getting up and I'm looking around, and it's just I'm uninspired by so many things. Everything's kind of news driven, which is okay, but the news that we're getting early in the morning is not really tradable for the most part, especially in the smaller caps. So we're all waiting for like kind of like a 10 o'clock to like a 12 o'clock area where we can kind of see the fade and then potential support coming in to see if it's an actual real long-lasting move that we need to work on, or is it something where the news is good in the morning and it just fades all day, and then we're looking for, you know, a day or two from there to see if we can find a reversal, right? Because if it is a weak fade and they're really shorting it and grinding it down and walking it down with the market making strategy, they don't give up on that in like an afternoon. That's like we're trying to really crush some people, try to extract as much people, shake the tree as much as we can, you know, working the way down, selling on the bid every, basically just crushing it. They do that for days because they're trying to really manipulate the price down as much as they can, while still, most of the time, while still being involved in buying it up, just buying it up at a lower price at a very low volume, right? Kind of like a nice like dollar cost averaging type of strategy. It's funny, like they're the ones buying and selling at the same time. They just know that the volume can be so low for the, like, there's the volume on the initial day, but the second and third day, when there's just all the day traders and retail guys have moved on to like whatever other high volume trading what is for the day, they can sit there and work both sides and slowly just bring their bid down, move the, you know, ask, move the bid down, move the ask down, and they stack it up so it's not movable unless they are the ones involved, right? So it's kind of making these guys kind of a hard trade in the middle of the day. So we just look for levels and we wait for them to break these downtrend rays, uptrend rays, where, you know, we know that some of the bots are gone. Yeah, that's another one. So CKPT still under this far out. Where are we going to go back to? I think like, what, a year or so ago? Look at that. Let's still watch. It's still there. That's the new one. That was a good trade. I mean, that was a good. Luckily I still am in the green here. Haven't really touched CKPT that much this year, or yeah, all of last year really. So, but we can see that she's still in control from that high. So they let it get up and they've been working it its way down. Get as much people trapped. They got it down and they're just still grinding it. Nothing's really changed. That being said, where's IBRX? She had a good day yesterday. Did she break out of... I was looking at this and I was thinking, you know, maybe it's time to start making a move here. So she broke out of this one. Was there another one in here that we should be considering? Well, she broke out, retested if this was even one, but it's not. It's probably just the fact that it's not as clean as it should be. Well, maybe if this is coming down here. Oh, she's right on that one. But that's from really far back, right? That's when the ticker was essentially switched over from NK to IBRX. Which was like, what, a few weeks, like a week or two into that ticker existing. What a disaster in here, huh? They are just grinding it down. That's not humans, right? It's not humans. Now the humans are getting involved. Now we're getting some volume here. Because they can get in and they can sell some under here, make some decent money, right, under this anchored VWAP. Make some solid money between here and 3. And then they'll have a house money position to hold all the way through a potential FDA approval. It's beautiful. All right. We're opening up. I'm going to get into some day trading today, probably. I'm going to look for a fade and then some support. Probably look to play some tech plays if we can get above 400. Yeah, she's fading. Look at that. What time was that? 15? No, 20. The 8 o'clock reset. So those are your parameters. Like if you're day trading today, wait for like basically almost 400, and then could be a good short if you get in under this area. This will probably be just noise. Now you can also, it's a decent range, so you can play some range trading. And then one of those tricks is you can trade up and down. You can use options, and then once it does break outside the range, you can hold, obviously, if you're sold, say you're shorted here. I shouldn't say that because it's risky, but there's ways to, you're hedging your position against you with, like, obviously with the options trade. I'll just say that. I'm not going to get into the details. It's going to be too complicated. But yeah, they're fading her hard. So I'm going to get ready to trade this if there's a reversal coming soon. If not, they're going to dump it. Why would sending depleted uranium shells to Ukraine take the situation to a dangerous level? Does he not know what depleting uranium shells are? Oh, he's using it because he wants to get people to believe it's like some sort of... Oh, okay. Like it's nuclear. Oh, man, I love those guys. They're the best at spinning stuff, aren't they? Alright, we'll leave it there. So I'll put some names in the chat. Hope you guys have a good day. Be patient with this for anything in your portfolios. You can trade for the day, but... I think we ran into some solid resistance this morning, and it's going to take a lot of volume to break up through it, and I'm sure big money still wants to get things cheaper, so they're not going to be aggressive with their buying until it gets lower. Good luck. Stay healthy.